It happens every time. The wind blows, the trees fall, the power lines come down, and thousands of people are without electricity. The question is, why? Yesterday, I went looking for some answers. We love our trees, don't we? Except when the wind blows and the lightning strikes. Then those trees can become a curse. Foster Campbell knows.
I had a huge tree fall right behind my house last night. I told my wife when I got up this morning, that's it, I'm going to cut the trees around my house, because if that tree would have fell on my house, it would have killed us.
As Public Service Commissioner, Campbell's job is to
trying to see, getting people's electricity back on.
This afternoon, Campbell is checking that SWEPCO is doing its job.
They got to do a good job. We don't have another choice.
He's weary of the constant complaints.
I had one constituent down on Toledo Bend that told me they'd been out 17 times since the first of the year.
He understands the record-breaking winds over the last 24 hours are not SWEPCO's fault, but
we have too much outages when it's pretty days, no storms, and we have outages. I'm real concerned, and we're looking into them. We're investigating how they operate, and to make sure that they're doing the best possible.
SWEPCO counters and says the last several years have been unusually wet and stormy.
When we're talking about 60, 70 mile an hour winds or a 150-foot pine tree that decides to lay over into a line, there's not a lot that's going to help us there.
By the way, those trees that we all love were not planted by SWEPCO.
SWEPCO has never built a line over a tree. The line's always there first, and a homeowner, a business owner, somebody plants a tree under or near an electric line.
And eventually, this happens.
We cut trees every day.
SWEPCO says they are doing everything they can, trimming trees, clearing right-of-ways, but they're using money that is almost 14 years old.
It just costs more. You know, $18 million in 2010 does not cover but about half the line mileage that it did then as it does now.
To that, Foster Campbell says,
So for SWEPCO to say they don't have any money, that's baloney, straight up baloney. They've got money. I want to see how they're spending the money. I'm not sure they're spending it wisely.
and of course that investigation is ongoing by a third party just to see how the money's being spent. As he said, is it being spent wisely? Now, Michael Corbin from SWEPCO basically said yesterday, this is a problem we're going to have if we love our trees. This doesn't happen in the desert.
Yeah.
If we love our trees, there's going to be a happy balance we have to achieve. Now, he says that ultimately it's probably going to be solved, like so many things are, by technology. There's something called a smart switch. It's complicated. I won't get into it because I don't understand it myself.
Yeah.
Basically, this is the analogy he used. If 5,000 people lost power the old way, if you had a smart switch in there, it might be only 5 people. So still happens, far fewer people, and it will be far less frequent.
Okay. Interesting. You can't wait to, obviously we got to get to that level first. One thing that surprised me too, Rick, when it comes to dealing with this is it's not necessarily just the tree limbs. Like I remember we did a story with SWEPCO a couple months ago where they were talking about going out and trimming the
right of ways.
Yes,
absolutely.
Things like that. These are massive trees.
Yeah.
I mean, they're huge.
And when they fall, they do tremendous damage,
Sure.
especially if they fall on somebody's house or a mobile home. But you're right, it's inevitable. Like I said before, if we lived in the desert, this wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
But it's inevitable, and we get storms, we get strong winds. They're going to fall over those power lines. It's just a problem that we're going to have to deal with, hopefully over time, like so many things are.
Yeah.
Technology will lessen the problem.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. Nobody likes to lose power, especially midsummer when it's this hot. But
Amen.